Hello everyone, I'm John, and in this video I want to quickly talk to you about this. It's the new Nike Zoomfly 6 and why this is such a fantastic shoe. This is the Zoomfly 5, the shoe it replaces, and everybody hates on this shoe, and I can kind of see why. I mean, this shoe is the ZoomX foam doesn't really feel like ZoomX foam. It's made of kind of recycled crap, frankly. It's not very bouncy. It's not very responsive. The carbon plate is crazy stiff, but doesn't seem to provide much bounce or support or, springing off from the forefoot. The upper is just so-so. It also feels like it's made out of recycled garbage. And the shoe itself is quite heavy, so it was not very good at what it was supposed to be. Fast forward to this brand new model, the Zoomfly 6, and it is a completely different shoe. So much better than the predecessor. And I picked one of these up here in Korea at my local Nike store for 160,000 won, which if you convert to US dollars, that's about 115, which is a steal for this shoe. And let's talk about why that is. So take a look at the midsole of this shoe. So you can see it's got a full-length ZoomX foam. However, it's a dual foam. The bottom, which says ZoomX, is not ZoomX. This is actually Nike's SR02 EVA foam. So it is very soft and quite responsive. It's really nice, provides good cushioning. However, the top part is actually the ZoomX foam, the racing foam. And together in the midsole you've got the full carbon plate. So this really works together well. We've got a 42 mil heel and 34 millimeter forefoot. So we've got an 8 millimeter drop, which feels pretty comfortable, I would say. For me, this shoe weighs in at 260 grams, size 8 US, so it is lighter than the previous shoe. In fact, this shoe is kind of like somebody at Nike just sat down and watched everything that was wrong with this shoe, made a list, and then fixed it when they made this shoe. It's so good, so much better. Okay, so we've talked about the midsole. It's fantastic. It's soft, it's bouncy, it provides good comfort, good cushioning. However, if you take a look at the back, you might notice it's not terribly wide. So if you're someone that requires more stability when you're running, this might not be for you. But let's take a look at the sole here. We've got really good rubber coverage over the whole length of the shoe except right here in the middle. Like I said, I've got about 80 kilometers on this shoe so far, and you can't even tell. It's wearing really well, and I suspect this is going to be very durable in that regard. Take a look at this new upper that Nike's put on this shoe. It's kind of a dual layer mesh, woven mesh, and you can see it's quite nice. It's really quite thin and breathable. You take a look inside here. The heel has good cushioning all around, and it provides good structure around the heel. So I personally didn't find any kind of slippage with the heel, and got locked in really well when you lace it up. The tongue itself is really nice. It is, you can see it's kind of partly gusseted. Okay, and it has good padding down the middle of the tongue, so once you cinch up your laces, you're not going to have any problem with this moving around, and it doesn't dig into your foot, so it's really quite comfortable in that regard. The upper itself is thin and very breathable. I find that this shoe fits true to size. This is a US men's size 8, and I didn't have any issues with the toe box. It's just the right width, I would say, and just the right length. So it really depends on your own feet. If you have a wider foot, this may not be good for you, or you may have to go half size up. As always, check out your shoes before you buy them. So, this shoe really fits me well. It's fantastic with a good running sock, and you really get locked in. It's very comfortable, and wow, I just love running in this shoe. You can use this shoe for pretty much anything, and that's the great thing about this shoe. Even though it has a carbon plate, it's not very stiff. In fact, some people might not even notice that it has a plate at all in it. So that could be a good thing or a bad thing, because some people like their carbon plated shoes to be super firm and super bouncy, and this one really is not. So for me, I enjoy that because it's a much more comfortable shoe for running. The cushioning itself is terrific, and it's lively, it's bouncy, but it also provides good cushioning. So if you're doing a long run or just an easy run, you're still going to get good miles out of this and a good feeling. The shoe itself is light enough and responsive enough, thanks to the plate and the foam, that you can do tempo training and really pick up the pace in this shoe, and you're going to enjoy it. I've heard some people say that they could even run a marathon in this shoe if you can't afford the actual Alpha Fly or something like that, but I don't know about that. But as a training shoe, wow. I mean, wow. It's so good, and it's just night and day better than any of the other Zoom Fly shoes I've ever tried. And it's so worth it, especially for what I paid for it. So this is a great shoe for someone that wants something that they can do all their runs in. That's what it's supposed to be, a daily trainer. You can do easy runs, long runs, short runs, tempo, up training in this, and you're going to find it a capable partner. The only thing you might not want for this shoe is that, like I said, if you have kind of a stability issue with your heel, if you pronate a little, it's not really a support shoe at all, so you might not enjoy that. Personally, the only thing I didn't like about this shoe is that it's not a good casual shoe. I like my running shoes to be able to wear out casually as well. All of my max cushioning shoes I wear outside as well. This one, you can't do that. It feels really strange just walking around, but when you lace it up and you run in this shoe, it is just fantastic. So that's my quick take on this Zoom Fly 6. Check it out if you can, and if you're a Nike fan, you're really going to love this shoe. So maybe add this to your rotation if you get a chance, and enjoy the shoe. Okay, thanks.